Welcome to Modern Goddess. Here we discuss everything mastering your mindset, wellness wisdom, upgrading your relationships so that you can unleash your divine goddess essence and live your authentic best self every single day. I'm your host, Cassie Aurora. Hello there, welcome back to the podcast. I'm just bringing you a quick podcast update today as I'm walking in nature. I have lots on at the moment, so apologies that it will be a bit short. However, I really hope you're doing well, and I thank you for joining me today. And, you know, I'm curious as to how you are finding the energy that's going on right now. Everything's starting to speed up. I kind of actually feel like I'm more in a pressure cooker now than the last few months, which is strange because that doesn't really match with the energy. But that just could be because I'm about to make some big new shifts in my business so that I can offer you some different things, give you services while I'm away, so that you have all access to inspirational, useful and uplifting content to help you become more abundant and thrive in your life and your business if you are an entrepreneur. So I'm kind of working on all of this behind the scenes, and my new website is being built, going through a rebrand. It's very exciting. And I'm also launching Astrology Basics, a new course that I'm offering. So it's kind of all happening behind the scenes, as well as doing a few clients just finishing up before maternity leave. But it just feels like I'm in this pressure cooker and I don't know why. So I'm really trying to work with that energy. Like I'm even meditating and things like that, all my usual practices, but there's just this feeling of like there being so much to do, and I really think that embodies this new Mars in Gemini energy, which we're going to talk about today in the podcast. I'm going to give you the astrology update for the lovely moves that are kind of happening this week. The main one really being Mars in Gemini. The highlight of this week, but in my opinion we also have Mercury Jupiter energy, which is another wonderful energy. So we've got two really nice energies this week, and as I am practicing now electional astrology, which is, you're going to love this, it's going to benefit you a lot. It's where you look at a very specific type of astrology to pick the exact best time. And I mean like literally to the second, not to the second, but to the minute, to launch or start or initiate certain things in your life. So it's kind of like if you launch something, anything that's born in the moment has the energy of the moment. This is like a Carl Jung thing he used to say, and it's true. You know, if you launch something when it's really terrible electional astrology, then you will have terrible results. And there's certain days where it's like, don't do anything that day, you know, important. And then there's days where you can actually align what you're doing with specific astrological energies, and things can be way more successful. So electional astrology is like my new bag. I'm loving it. And it is something I will be offering in my kind of new bunch of offerings for you, which I'm going to announce late next week. So let me tell you two updates. One is free to you, and the other is not free, but a small investment. So the first one, before we get into the astrological forecast, which I really hope that you'll join me. I know there's so many of you that listen to the show, listen to the podcast, are connected with me, and yet I haven't been gifted the opportunity of connecting with you. So I'm going to do a live, and it's not super formal, so it's going to be a free event. It's going to be like a live new moon ceremony, which is, it's not going to be super formal. So I'm going to do some sound healing in it. The sound energy will still travel even if you don't hear it well through speakers. I am a sound healer. I've been a musician my whole life, so I'm going to use the crystal bowls, the flute, the drum, the gong. I've got the Venus gong, especially with Venus is in Pisces, so it's going to be epic. So I'm going to literally be doing a new moon sound healing circle, and of course I'll bring in the astrology, but I want to keep it super relaxed. So I'm going to call it like a new moon sound healing and cuppa or something like that. I'm not sure. But I want you to feel free to come in your PJs. We're going to have like a 10-minute chit chat at the beginning and at the end. Just get to know one another. And at that new moon ceremony, which is going to be, by the way, on Saturday, the 13th of March, which is the best electional date for this. I'll be announcing, some of you already know about this who attended the Career and Purpose webinar, but I'll be announcing a very, very special new membership that I'm opening up, which will include similar events such as this new moon circle, but I'm going to wait till then to announce it, because I'm super pumped for it, and I am only going to announce it and open the doors to the people who are there that early, because I'm only opening limited spaces at the beginning for the membership, because I don't want to take on too many of you and not be able to fully show up for you. And obviously going into having a baby, that's going to bring up a lot for me, and so I want to be able to manage everything well and give you the best of me. So I'm going to announce exactly what it is, what it's called, what it will look like, what you get, and how to reserve your spot for that. And the first time I'll be announcing that is on the 13th of March at that new moon ceremony. However, the new moon ceremony is also free, and you can just come along. It'll be really nice to connect with you, and it's just something I want to gift to you all for supporting me all this time, for being here in the community, bringing your energy to the table even if we've never spoken, for just being connected in this way, and showing up for humanity. Just something I can do to serve you and really be the last kind of appearance from me, until I'm kind of past birthing and mothering, and then there will be more things. But so this is kind of the last thing. I'm kind of treating it as my going away party. My partner will be away that weekend doing a plant medicine ceremony, so it's going to be really nice to have the support of all of you, and it's the best day for that energy of connecting spiritually, transcending, and yeah, it's the best day and best energy for it. So it's going to be about 5 p.m. UK time. And so with it being 5 p.m. UK time, that will roughly mean that it's like 10 a.m. Pacific or something. So I don't know, work it out. Anyway, so if you want to get on that, literally just email me. The email's in the show notes, or email hello@cassieaurora.com. That's hello@cassieaurora.com, and then you can get on that. And just one other reminder that my Astrology Basics course, the pre-order promotion, is live, so you can save $100 on my Astrology Basics course. This is the course for you if you want to learn the basics of your chart, to really understand what the sun, the moon, Venus, the houses, the signs all mean put together. We touch on north nodes, we touch on house rulers, which is like kind of a beginning, it makes more depth and more sense than just Googling stuff. So I'm really teaching you the things, but I'm helping you put it together using your own brain so that you learn it all. And it's 7 lessons. Some of them are quite long, some of them are a little bit shorter, but it's 7 in-depth lessons where I'm guiding you through the lecture. You'll have the notes, and essentially it's all there for you to basically learn the basics of your chart. And then if you did want to go on and continue to do astrology school, you will actually save the $100 off astrology school if you do astrology basics. So there's a little incentive if you want a bit of a taste, and astrology basics is much lower investment than astrology school, so I feel it's really manageable, and I'm really proud of this course. So you can get your hands on the pre-launch promotion price just for another, I think it's like another 12 days. You can take advantage of that, so make sure you do. And then when it launches, you'll be the first to have it in your hands. I'm super excited for it, to be honest. Something I've wanted to do for ages, and I finally got around to it. So yeah, it's going to be fun. So be sure to keep your eyes peeled on your email, or let me know if you want to come to the New Moon Circle. If you want any more details on Astrology Basics, either you can head to my website, or you can simply just email me and ask me. Really, I'm here, so reach out, don't be a stranger. So let's get into the astrology. So I know that you are someone who are trying to use this energy for your betterment, for your advancement, because you want to be the best that you can be. And so here's 2 things that are happening this week that they can come with a warning badge, but actually they're generally quite good. But it depends on your chart. So really, you want to see what houses this is affecting, and this is why having Astrology Basics under your belt is so much easier, because you know what themes are going to come up. However, the first big thing is from Thursday, Mercury and Jupiter are making their final conjunction in the sign of Aquarius. This is very significant. It's a really, really nice energy for some. Mercury obviously is a planet of communication, plans, structure, paperwork. It's the energy of news coming in, knowledge, information. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, wisdom, gifts, good luck, blessings, generally healing, but it usually just expands whatever it touches. So for many of you, there can be a gift that comes through communication, some kind of blessing that comes through, some great news, but also it's a really great day if you want to put out content or make an important communication or initiate something mercurial like buying a car, fixing a car, writing a letter, writing a blog, starting a business, launching a website. This is the day for it, Thursday the 4th of March with Mercury conjunct Jupiter, because it will go well, it will be much more protected, to say the least. So I would suggest using this energy for your betterment, and if you feel like it's like information overload, get a pen and paper, write it down, start to get practical, because Mercury and Jupiter in that 4th house can just be a lot of intensity. It can be a lot of not in the 4th house in Aquarius, can just be a lot of mental information coming in, a lot of revealing of new information, maybe new news from the government, just things like that can come forward. So this is one of the best days of the week, and I encourage you to use it for something important. This is kind of all I'll say, is make sure you're using it for something important, because you won't want to waste this energy. So that's the first one. Now the second one, which is a bit more to talk about, is Oh, by the way, just regarding that one, if you know what house Mercury rules in your chart, it will rule the Virgo house and the Gemini house. So whether that's 1st, 4th, 5th, 7th, 9th, whichever house, that house will receive blessings. So just be aware that that is part of the energy. So how exciting. So yeah, this is perhaps my favourite day, one of my favourite days in March. And on the same day, you've got the planet Mars, and that's going to move into the sign of Gemini. Now, Mars has been in Taurus, along with lots of invisible and retrograde planets, pretty much since we entered 2021, and it was adding to the kind of villains Saturn and Mars and their square. In fact, there's been this tension and bad energy, like I want to say it's good or bad, but more challenging energy, kind of government restrictions that's been really going on since March last year, this constant square energy. Now we're coming out of that for the first time, thank goodness. So there has been this sense of challenge and difficulty, and the two malefics, Saturn and Mars, the two most difficult planets, having kind of friction the whole time. And so if you found this particularly difficult, then good news. But Mars in Gemini does not feel great for everyone. You know, everyone is very different. For me, as I'm feeling this energy sinking in, actually the biggest thing I'm feeling is overwhelm, and this can come. So if you're someone who's got like a Mars in Taurus, like a Mars in an earth sign or a water sign, when Mars moves into an air sign, everything can feel very fast, a bit too quick. But Mars is the planet of action, entrepreneurs. It's the planet of accidents. It's the planet of just forward moving. It's our drive, it's our purpose. And when it moves into Gemini, Gemini is kind of all over the place. It doesn't really have a linear forward motion. It's here, it's there, it's mutable, it changes, it wants to gather information. So it can be a great time where you feel very motivated, but for many, many, many different projects. You may feel also there's like so much to do, not enough time. You may feel like it's a great time to get out there. You want to connect, you want to network. So definitely use that. But you know, it can be a very scattered energy. So my advice is not to think too big and try and have your fingers in all the pies. 2 or 3 pies is fine. But more than that will start to make you feel a little bit overwhelmed. Gemini needs to flit and float, but not out there in the world. It's more the local environment. It's like, I want to drive here and I want to drive there, and I'm going to pop this new place I've never been before, but it's like half an hour away. It's that energy. It flits and it flots. It's not fixed. And Mars is kind of trying to move forward in that changeable energy. So it's not necessarily better than what we've experienced, but it's like quicker. It's more dynamic. It's more versatile. It's more here, there, and everywhere. And for people like me who have Mars in Taurus, which is the slowest form of action, and we're quite patient, laid back, or maybe if you are someone who's more a projector or a reflector, this energy can just be really difficult. So hang in there and use this energy for just trying to keep grounded. Definitely explore those 2 or 3 projects, but try and take action. It's an ideas energy, but it's difficult to take action. So my advice to you is to really make sure you are taking action over the next few weeks, as well as balancing action with deep rest as we move into Pisces season. But I'll talk more about that when we get to the new moon energy. If you're coming to my free new moon circle, we'll dive deep into that Piscean energy. But I really hope that those 2 little bits of information have given you a little bit of insight into what's going on this week. And like I say, my sincere apologies for not making this longer, but I am growing a human and trying to birth a lot of other projects at the moment. And it's obviously going to be a time where I'm going to have to withdraw, and I know you'll understand. But yes, I'm wishing you a wonderful day. I'm wishing you a very blessed weekend, and keep your eyes peeled for my new moon circle. If you can't be bothered to email, I will email you and you can reply to that. And if you want to hop on Astrology Basics and learn about your chart so you can thrive in your business, your life, get more in alignment with your own unique energy, then please let me know and I will be honoured to take you through that course. So yeah, now that there's a goose flying over the top, I think it's time for me to take my leave, and I'll see you soon. Have a wonderful day.